One of the components of digital marketing are influencers. In traditional marketing, there is no counterpart to influencers, as it is a new phenomena that has arisen out of content and out of the ability of anyone to write about anyone else on the web or talk about anyone. So who are influencers? Influencers are people who have power to affect the purchase decisions of others because of their real or perceived authority, knowledge, position, or even relationship. An influencer doesn't necessarily have to be some sort of celebrity, journalist, or blogger. He or she can be an everyday person with the right connections and the social pull. So how does this work actually? Say you are scrolling through your Facebook news feed during your lunch break and you see Kimberly from your yoga class posted something about her new Lululemon leggings. There is a good chance that you might click her link, check out the leggings that she bought, and perhaps buy your own pair based on her recommendations. So Kimberly may not be Beyonce or Kim Kardashian or for a famous journalist, but she's influenced your purchase decision and therefore she is an effective influencer. Why are influencers so important? People may not trust brands very much, but around 90% of the people believe in brand recommendations from friends. So the more effectively a person is able to persuade another person to buy, the more important they become as an influencer. So how do you connect with influencers? There are 3 steps to it. You identify the influencers, then you activate your engagement or your contact with them, and then you reward them. Let's go into them one by one. So here are some parameters to identify influencers. The first is context, someone talking about your brand or pain points associated with it or even related topics. The next is reach, like somebody who has a large number of friends who are very active on the wall or their engagement level is very high. And the third is actionability. That is someone who creates content that is shared for high engagement rates. It could be a company or a business or even somebody who is so popular that they're as a person or who is an influencer as a person or an authority as a person, that anything that they or she create as a content is very much shared across all kinds of social media. How to activate the influencers? So the next step comes to activate those influencers to write about you on their part. So how do you do that? How do you persuade people to follow your social media accounts? How do you inspire people to create original content and valued content for your brand? And how to get influencers to share a piece of branded content or boost a campaign? One of the simplest methods is you can start by making sure to include share buttons on the content that you want to be shared. And then you can do one-to-one contact. You can contact them via email or you can contact them through the medias that you want to interact on by giving a direct message or a personal message to them. Once the influencer feels that you are good enough or your product or service is good enough, they will talk about you on their own several platforms and you get the word out. So then we come to reward. You identified the influencer, you made them write on your behalf. Do these influencers need a reward? Now suppose if I am saying good things about you, I do need to be compensated, maybe not financially, but at least I need to be acknowledged or I need to be made feel important or any combination of those. So yes, we love to reward influencers, especially for some of our clients. We do mention them on our icons, we tag them, and we have found that they respond too with the thanks and everything. And why? Because it makes them feel good too. I mean, like, others understand that you are appreciating their brand and like they also become someone with a greater authority on the subject. So it's a good idea to reward influencers. Very frequently, through acknowledgement and very less financially, because sometimes when it comes out that the financial aspect, that person is paid to write about something, the authority of the person in the eyes of the, all their followers and their leadership kind of does not work out well. We have talked about rewarding influencers. We've talked about, rewarding them financially or giving shout outs. Interacting with an influencer is something that needs a great amount of tact, because the influencer does not want to feel cheap, or they don't want to feel like this brand is approaching me, or they might back off or give negative reviews about your product or service. The outreach has to be very relevant to your group, because there is no point in interacting with a beauty blogger who does not support technology. The criteria about the influencer depends upon your product and the marketing channel, so make sure you've worked that out. It's a good idea to give away product discounts or giveaways to influencer, because they really entice the influencer to keep talking about you. Try and give a commission also, because sometimes when you get a bulk purchase through a certain influencer, it's a good idea to give them a commission,